Paris Fashion Week was last week. And I remember watching some bits from Paris Fashion Week when, I was younger, especially a younger woman and cared about such things and like saw the fashions. I've never been particularly like a fashion queen, but I pay some attention. And this is how it used to look. I mean, like the most beautiful women on earth strutting down the runway, totally freaking iconic. Here's one from the 1990s. It's the Versace show. Okay, look at these women. Carla Bruni, Claudia Schiffer, Naomi Campbell, Cindy Crawford, Helena Christensen. They're goddesses. They're absolute goddesses. They look about 10 feet tall in their gold Versace dresses with the shimmer. I mean, just female icons, total womanhood. And it was lovely to watch, absolutely lovely. And here's another one. This is a 2016 Balmain show. Okay, stunning 7-foot tall models with, some cutouts on the dress, but still appropriate, perfectly shapely, not anorexic for what it's worth, just like great looking, gorgeous, perfectly made up, legs to the moon, great jewelry, sparkly, fierce, feminine, fabulous. Love it. There's some inspo there. Whenever I saw things like that, I would think to myself, I got to try harder. Like in a good way, like maybe I will lose that last 2 pounds. I won't have that dessert. Or maybe I will like spend 5 more minutes at the makeup table just to try something new with the eyeliner. Like I think you feel good when you look good. God, there was some football player Doug told me about who used to say, when you look good, or when you feel good, or when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good. When you play good, they pay good. Was it Deion Sanders? Anyway, I loved it. Yeah, it was Deion Sanders. Look at that. I remembered a sports reference. Anyway, there's some truth to it. We've gone a different way over in Paris, where we had a very different kind of fashion week, including this man in a red dress that he's bald. He looks to me exactly like Uncle Fester. Take a look at this thing. Oh my God. He's got to be 6.5 feet tall. He's got to be 350 pounds. He's wearing, I think, a white skull cap and white makeup on his face. Look at this. It's the same man. It's Uncle Fester. He's put on even more weight. And he's gained a lot, and he's gained some inches. They're proud of the disgusting, huge, fat belly, which is also being shown in the slit dress, and absolutely no attempt, to sort of work it like a Laverne Cox might. You know what I mean? Like work it as you walk the runway. No, he's walking like an Uncle Fester as well. And look at these idiots watching him in the gallery. Idiots. Somebody should have said, come on. Why didn't somebody say, boo? Come on, sit down. Because they need to socialize in these circles. They can't be kicked out of the after party. They have to be at the right place with the right drink, with the right people, so they can get invited to the next one. Heavens forbid. What if you were to be banned from the next event at Paris Fashion Week? Can't have it. Now, there's more about this particular fashion event, and I've got to find it because it's unbelievable. Here it is. Okay. By the way, this was during International Women's Week too, so take that for what it is. Uncle Fester. The show was by Matiere Fecales. Okay, reading that from my team, which translates to fecal matter. Piece of shit, which is absolutely true. So are they just trolling us? Because this is a piece of shit attempt at fashion. It's a Canadian design duo named Hannah Rose Dalton and Stephen Raj Bhaskaran. And those are the ones who chose a bald, overweight man with white makeup to walk the runway in the fashion that we just discussed. The model was, quote, gender non-conforming. He's a DJ and a performance artist who goes by Louis G. Burton. Lewis's Instagram shows that he is a man who dresses as a woman. But all of this has me wondering whether this is a real fashion pair. Why would they call their show Fecal Matter in French? Materies fecales. I took Spanish, which is literally piece of shit. I'd like to know more. If that was your goal, you nailed it. That was definitely piece of shit fashion. But I think instead it's probably just an effort to be as risque and push the envelope as possible so that you can be part of the cool kids. That's what gets you props. There was another moment in Paris Fashion Week that was right up the same alley. This one was from Dutch designer Duran Latink's Duranimal collection, where a male model who had double D, at least, prosthetic breasts walked the runway. These things are jiggling like nobody's business. Look at this. This is so freaky. This is a freak. That's what I see as a freak. Somebody you used to have to pay money to see this in a circle. For the listening audience, it's a very tall man with pants, and it appears to be no shirt, though I'm told it's one of those like Bianca Sensori tops that actually is just like mesh. You can see right through it. There was something. You couldn't have told. It was a matched skin tone top, creating the illusion he was topless. Latink, the designer of what again? What's the designer of what garment? Defended the look to women's wear daily. It's about cosplay. It's playing with bad taste. It's about form. Every season, we're trying to sort of surprise ourselves with how we can change an original piece into something that we find interesting. And we're going to do whatever the fuck we want because we're free. Great. You do that, Mr. Latink, and we will not buy any of your clothing, okay? Such as it is. There are always going to be mentally deranged people in our society, like the two people who were featured in Paris Fashion Show. And then there will be equally cynical advantage takers, like the designers behind this whole thing. The only solution for the rest of us is to say no, call out the depravity, and register how gross we find it. That's all we can do, or we're going to lose everything to these people. Already our society has devolved to the point where women are running around half naked at public events. You know, we talked about what we saw at the Oscars. Look what happens at the Grammys. You know, Bianca Sensori, I just mentioned her. People are already literally running around naked to get attention. And now it's perfectly on brand for Fashion Week, which is supposed to have like a preview of what's coming, to be naked too, but also trans and a man pretending to be a woman, a man, I guess, mocking women's breasts, which are actually a mechanism to keep infants alive and not your plaything, not your fucking accessory, you Danish freak. It's just so deeply offensive, and all the rest of us can do is continue objecting. Just be loud about it. Object. You know, say you're disgusted. Don't tune in when it's somebody whose product we can punish. But to just let it go with like a chuckle, that's not good enough. This is truly sick stuff. And it cannot define us, and it cannot continue. It really can't, whether it's some guy dressed as a woman in the U.S. Congress demanding to be called Ms. No. Some guy putting on prosthetic breasts, again, which are an organ that help children sustain life, not your toy. Or Uncle Fester putting on a red dress and trying to walk through Fashion Week as I don't even know what he was trying to do. I'm not sure, but I liked him a lot better when he was on the Addams Family. It was a great show. Was it the Addams Family or was it the Munsters? Okay. I get my monster shows from the 1970s confused. You don't go out and buy a life jacket when the boat is sinking, and you don't buy gold when the economy has already collapsed. Clearly, others are heeding this advice as gold hit all-time highs already this year. It's not too late for you, too, and you could have Birch Gold help you diversify into physical gold. Birch Gold specializes in helping you convert an existing IRA or 401k in whole or in part into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold, and for no money out of pocket. One recent 5-star review said Birch Gold was, quote, knowledgeable, helpful, non-pressure. Get your free info kit on gold by texting the letters MK to the number 989898. There is no obligation, just useful information. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and countless 5-star reviews, text MK to 989898 and let the experts at Birch Gold help you secure your future today with gold. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.